You already know what it is. It's your boy Laid Back with another reaction, another review, another episode. Hey, Jordan Peterson, you up to bat. Bah!
Tell me I ain't the fucking go.
It's your boy Laid Back. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, two things we gotta do. You gotta hit that subscribe button. I'm drinking this water. You already know what it is, man. The key is to be free in 2023. The key is to be free in 2023, man. We back with another reaction, man. Happy New Year to everybody, man. Welcome back to the channel. Hit that like button, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button as well. We back with another Jordan Peterson reaction. Now, you know this is my guy, man. Shout out to Jordan Peterson. But we got student tries to frame and cancel Jordan Peterson, but gets destroyed instantly. I like when Jordan Peterson get in his bag and he start going at people. He start protecting himself and he start getting in that lane. I like that. But that's just me, though. We're gonna go ahead and get into this. Fire Squad. What's popping? Let's get it.
We have to be able to say what we have to say badly, or we won't be able to think at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Defend it.
Well, okay, you...
No, not well, okay.
Whoa.
But I haven't
Class.
justified them on the basis of gender and class.
Whoa.
As you might imagine, you've been a topic of conversation on this campus a lot in the past week or so. One of the things that sort of united people who like and dislike a lot of your ideas is that we appreciate your defense of free speech, and we appreciate you coming here to talk about it with us.
I respect that.
But one of the things I thought was really interesting is Professor Van Dyke addressed the distinction between you and Jonathan Haidt. And I think, I'm sure that's true to some extent, but I noticed you've made a lot of more sort of substantively inflammatory claims. Like, in the course of this lecture, you called the authors of Facebook posts demons and totalitarians. In past events, you've called them things like neo-Marxists, cultural Marxists. You've called them, I believe, a fifth column that is committing treason against the West. And it seems to me this is more than temperamental. This is a substantive difference. And
It's a substantive difference, yes.
And another thing you've done is that, unlike Haidt, you have a more sort of comprehensive political program. You've talked a lot in defense of traditional hierarchies, both of gender, of class. And so it seems that...
I haven't talked about defense of traditional hierarchies in terms of gender and class. That's not true.
Well, you've talked about hierarchies in society. You've talked
Yeah,
about...
that's true. I have done
would you
that.
not define
But I
it as
haven't
class?
justified them on the basis of gender and class.
Well,
The two
okay, but you
categories.
talk
Not
about...
okay. That's an important distinction.
Okay, but you defend hierarchies in society in a way that... You talk a lot about the Pareto distribution, yes?
That doesn't mean I defend it.
Well, okay, you...
No, not well,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not well, okay. You can see Jordan is already ready to... I like this. We only 1 minute and 50 seconds in, but he already like, no. That's why you got to be careful. You got to know what you're talking about. Don't say I said some shit or I'm saying some stuff and I ain't said that because you think that's what you perceive. That ain't what the fuck I said. Let's go.
Yes. Talk a lot-
Observing that something exists is
Yes.
not the same as defending it. How in the world...
Well, people attack it, right?
What's that?
And you don't. People attack it.
Attack
as
what?
inherently attack the hierarchies of society as inherently unjust, right?
Well, they're unjust, but
Yes.
they're also useful.
Okay, so you say they're useful. Some
Well,
people would
look
disagree
at
with
it
that
this way.
proposition.
Okay, look at it this way. You obviously think that it's worthwhile to stand up and ask a question.
Yes.
So you think that standing up and asking a question is better than
Yes.
not standing up and asking a question.
Yes.
Okay, that's a hierarchy
Yes.
of values.
Yes.
Okay, without the hierarchy of values, you couldn't act.
Of course.
No, not of course.
Well, wait.
It's
do you-
partly why
I
I'm
think
defending
there's
the
a distinction here.
hierarchy. Without
No
a
one
hierarchy,
disagrees
there's
about
no
the
impetus
facts
to
of the
act.
hierarchy, right?
What's that?
There is a hierarchy in society, right?
No, there's multiple hierarchies
Okay, there are
in
multiple
society.
hierarchies in society, right?
Yes.
And you say that they are based in, you invoke the lobster, right? That they are based in nature.
I said that they were inevitable.
Yes, that they were inevitable. Some
Right,
people
that
disagree
doesn't
with
mean
that.
that they're
but,
good.
But my point is that you have a broader point than free speech. This is one of the things you talk about, yes? Whereas I think there are some other activists who focus on more exclusively
I'm not
on
an
free speech.
activist.
There are some other individuals who engage in public political speech. Okay.
Yeah?
Who focus more exclusively on free speech, whereas you have other goals in mind. But one of the things that you're more inflammatory language and has done, I think, is it's politicized this free speech to an extent that someone like Haidt hasn't. I've noticed that when someone hears the term free speech now, they associate it with a specific set of thinkers, often as viewed as on the extreme right. And I think arguably that's the problem of all factions in society, because free speech should be a universal value. Polls certainly suggest that it's coming under increasing threat from both sides. But do you believe free speech is your primary end, or do you believe these other points you're making are important? Because I've heard you a bunch of times defend free speech sort of contextually, like you've complained about some of the laws in Canada that you dislike, that they institutionalize false facts into the law. But it seems to me that an absolutist defense of free speech makes no preference as to true or false. The point is that something, you are being forced to say something. It would be as bad as if you were forced to say something that is true, because the point of free speech is that you can say whatever you want, right?
No, the point of free speech is so that you can think your way through life without running like headlong into a brick wall.
Think position A versus position B is just as bad, right? Even if one is true and the other is not.
Good job, by the way.
Well, actually, wait, can I just ask one additional addendum? I think the politicization of free speech is by far the biggest threat to free speech, because this is always
the radical leftists are the biggest threat to free speech.
So this is...
But I get your point.
The professor alluded to in previous questions, the substantive threats to free speech in much of the world, in Europe certainly, I think in the United States as well, from the government, have come from the radical right. And I think it's fair to say that on the specific narrow subset of certain departments on liberal arts colleges, it's fair to say a threat comes from the left, though its scope is in dispute. But my question is, do you think that the way you talk about free speech, the way you link it to specific issues, the way you use inflammatory language, and the way you seem to defend a specific set of free speech?
This dude asks questions and don't let him answer. What do you think about this? Because I asked you this, and then, but because I've also seen when you answered that like, let me answer the question. Let me answer the question, bro.
There are certainly plenty of instances of free speech attacked on the other side that you don't mention as much. Do you think you risk politicizing this? Because it seems to me
yes.
that... Okay, and do you not think that's a far greater threat? Because, for example, the NRA... the NRA...
Let me answer. Do you think this? Because I think... No, let me answer before you keep speeding past and trying to get to your point.
The NRA is a group in the United States that defends guns rights, right?
Okay, hold it.
Yes.
We need a question.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, like I said, you're doing fine. It's just too much. Like, I can't keep it straight.
Do you think
I just said that
your behavior risks politicizing it, and do you think that politicization is justified?
I think my behavior risks politicizing it, yes. I would rather it not be politicized. And I'm doing what I can to manage that risk. However, it's become political in my country because the government implemented compelled speech legislation. So I wasn't complaining about that before it became political. Now, and there is a time, even when you're detached in some sense from the political realm, that you can't be detached anymore. Well, I'm not happy with the fact that this has become politicized. You could say that I haven't done a stellar job in ensuring in every possible manner that this has remained neutrally apolitical. Probably true, but I'm not particularly unhappy with the way things have gone so far. And I'm not happy with the radical left. And so if they're irritated at me, so much the better, as far as I'm concerned. So have I conducted myself perfectly? It's like, undoubtedly no. So I've got more than my fair share of faults, and a temper is one of them.
I like that.
But
I like that.
I'm muddling through.
All right, that was student tries to frame and cancel Jordan Peterson, but gets destroyed instantly. Now, one of the things I've always liked about Jordan Peterson is that he's self-aware. Now, he's talking about, I know I probably wasn't perfect in how I was presenting information or how I moved in a situation, and he acknowledges that. He said there's probably things I could have did better, but a lot of people don't acknowledge that they have faults in how they was maneuvering. You know what I'm saying? It could be better, and things that they could check and could evolve on. But one thing about that I noticed about the people that try to talk to Jordan Peterson or had these questions or whatever towards him, they had these questions, but they also have their idea what they think his answer is going to be before he even answers the question. I've seen that before where they like, well, let me ask you this because you said da 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 da. Let me ask the question, then let him answer, and then you give whatever response to his answer. Like, don't, what they say, they said the thing is to listen to understand, not listen to respond, right? So a lot of people already got their idea made up of what Jordan Peterson is and what he's gonna say and what they think. Like, he called him an activist. He was like, I'm not an activist. He kind of glossed over it. He was like, no, whoa. You know, certain things he had to be like, slow down on what you're saying, because you're saying these things, I haven't said them. You know what I mean? So a lot of people hear differently, and they don't hear what they hear. They hear what they perceive they heard, if that make any sense. But yeah, so a lot of people like cutting Jordan Peterson off because they don't like him getting his shit off. Because a lot of times they don't be all the way 100% accurate with what they saying he said and what he stands on. So it's real big for Jordan Peterson to elaborate on what he said in regards to, no, I didn't say that, or just to correct people in general. But drop your comments below, man. You already know, man. Self-love and positivity. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, Fire Squad, I got you and you know it. Hey.